What up, what up, what up? It's your homeboy B Watt, and you are now tuned in to another episode of Cancel B Watt. And in this episode, I'm going to be discussing my thoughts on none other than the stunningly beautiful Lori Harvey. If you have not heard by now, Lori Harvey has broken up with another one of her boyfriends. All right, this time it was old buddy, and look, he seems like a super cool guy. I actually checked out a few episodes of Snowfall. You know, he was doing this thing on that show. This man is about 32 years old. He seems to be ascending in his career. And as long as he doesn't get out of character and say anything crazy about Lori Harvey, his career and his reputation should be able to survive this breakup. But nowadays, dudes got to be super careful when you get into relationships because in today's world, women, they're going to get more attention from breakups than staying together. All right, they don't put nobody on the front page of these blogs for being together for years and years and overcoming hardships. Your story nowadays only gets heard when there's drama, when there's breakups, when there's cheating. All right, women know that they can probably get more from you by leaving you than staying with you. There are a lot of women who they'll do you dirty when they walking out the door. But Lori Harvey, she's not one of those women. She done had a number of breakups, and she don't ever seem to speak negatively on any of these dudes. She don't seem to speak on them at all. Anyways, the reason that I decided to do this video is because every time Lori Harvey gets a new boyfriend or breaks up with an old boyfriend, there's a growing debate about whether or not Lori Harvey is a hoe or not. They got people online right now trying to calculate this woman's body count. We're not even supposed to have this much information about this woman's personal life. All right, we're not supposed to even be able to calculate or approximate an equation for this woman's body count. I think it's the fact that all of these relationships that she's been in, they've been so public. I'm not ever asking a woman her body count again. I have accepted the fact that my pride cannot handle that much information. That's too much information for me. If I can calculate your body count from all your exes and how you move as a woman, then it's probably too high for me. When Brittany Renner said that her body count was 35, she probably thought that she was just being open and honest, right? She probably thought that 35 past sexual partners wasn't even that high. Problem is that J. Cole already told us to multiply times 3. So 3 times 35 is 105. And 105 dudes is too high, and no man can endure the psychological suffering of knowing that his woman has been with between 35 and 105 different guys. We are judging you, ladies. And listen, Lori Harvey, she done been with Future. And I'm sorry, y'all. I listen to Future, I rock with his music, but I could never date a woman who done smashed Future. I'm like, I can't be cuffing another man's groupie. Tell Steve Harvey I don't want to either. And that's the problem though. Men do these type of calculations in our head and we don't ever discuss it with women. Ladies, hide your body count. I always try to give some game to women on here because sometimes I feel like y'all just don't know. A lot of women, y'all never had a big brother or a big cousin or uncle to really sit you down and tell you the truth. So you don't know. Somebody lied to you all and told you that the best way for you to find a husband was to keep dating different niggas over and over. If one relationship doesn't work, just move on to the next one and the next one, rinse and repeat. And I want to tell you, ladies, this is very bad advice. As far as a woman that a man will take seriously, you need to have some exclusivity about yourself. I would actually recommend the exact opposite of that super toxic feminist advice that most women are getting. Older women may be telling y'all that having a boyfriend is the blueprint for you to find a husband. But just take a moment and look at the lives of some of your aunts and mothers. Not a happy man in sight. Before you younger women listen to that terrible advice that you receive from the women who are supposed to be guiding you in the right direction, you have to remember that a lot of those women are just old hoes. They're old flippies and old thotties. They're going to tell you to leave him and move on to the next man, but they are not going to tell you that they are still looking for the next man. If you continue to ride the penis carousel, then you will wind up sitting next to them on it. And y'all get to hold hands and ride on it until forever, until the end of your lives. If you want a man to take you seriously, you need to have a limited history with men. Men still value a woman with a low or preferably non-existent body count. Most men only really value women who only been with a few guys. And I'm talking 2, 3, 4, not 35. A woman who has had 1 or 2 long-term boyfriends is probably the type of woman a man will feel most comfortable jeopardizing his ego and his self-respect on. There is nothing more shameful than a man who is cuffing a hoe. There is nothing more shameful than a man walking around with a woman who has been conquered by another man or multiple other men. So honestly, ladies, this world is so judgmental, and us men, we are the absolute worst. You really have no idea just how judgmental men are about this body count shit. It's probably best for y'all to just keep it all a secret. That's what the old school women did. You know, date your boyfriend on the low. Don't post your relationship on Instagram and all that. Keep it private. If you choose to have sex, you are a grown-ass woman. Do as you please, but everybody doesn't need to know about it. Keep that shit a secret. You can't delete your whole facts, but you can expunge that motherfucker by never telling his soul your business. Then, at least when you meet your husband, he won't be able to calculate your body count because he will use that information against you, and hopefully somebody like Lori Harvey can find a man to still muster up the capacity to respect her. I think that when she first came on the scene, she was pretty exclusive. She was almost mysterious. But then she got stuck on the penis carousel. Lori Harvey probably knows so many rich niggas. Basketball players, soccer players, football players. She probably knows all the rappers. And if I was in that circle, I'm not pulling up nowhere with her. Like she's somebody special. You walk into a party with Lori Harvey on your arm, she know everybody already. You can't even get to the bar because she's stopping and hugging everybody and all this shit. Now, why would any man want to give Lori Harvey his last name? She didn't respect her own father's last name because she dropped his last name to take on her stepfather's last name. And in my opinion, she's only disrespecting Steve Harvey's last name by moving how she's moving as a woman. What I mean is, Lori Harvey doesn't seem to have any highly developed skill set or talent. She doesn't do anything particularly special at a high level. So at this point, the only reason that any of us know her is because of the penises that she has been associated with. And honestly, that's not the end of the world though. I've heard a lot of people compare Lori Harvey to Kim Kardashian, and so maybe she's following the Kim Kardashian blueprint. As much as I have to say about Kim Kardashian and the Kardashian gynocracy, I must say that the Ku Klux Kardashian clan is full of hustlers. Lori doesn't seem to be too much of a hustler though. She is mostly just known for the high profile relationships and most of all, the breakups. Here's the thing though. If you want to follow the Kardashian blueprint, Lori, you're going to have to find you a Ray J so you could really put your star power on display. Kim Kardashian made real sacrifices to get her and her family where they are today. So no skipping steps. I know for sure I will watch it. And don't do none of that sexy red shit either, okay? Matter of fact, at this point, it might be better if you just drop a solo project because Sexy Red Line ass then fucked up the whole sex tape game. So I don't know, all right? To my ladies who are living vicariously through Lori Harvey and are confused as to why men are saying she is a jump off, I want to tell you that you are wrong. I understand that you think that it's empowering to women, that Lori Harvey is looking for love and she never settles for less than she deserves. I understand that you respect her confidence to move on after these seemingly redundant heartbreak episodes. But let me be the first and last to tell you right here and now, there is absolutely nothing empowering about being a hoe. Y'all need to seriously reanalyze your logic on this matter. Ladies, men do not look at Lori Harvey like she is running through these assumingly high-value men. No, we look at her like she's being ran through. We look at her like she's being passed around. So ladies, you can keep leaving your boyfriends because you think you deserve better. You can move on to the next dude who's willing to risk his personal reputation on being associated with you in that way. You can leave your baby daddy, only to become someone else's baby daddy's baby mama. You can leave your husband to get another husband. Or you could just take your time and wait for God to send you the man who he wants you to build with. When your husband finally sees you, you don't want him to see you with some other man. You don't want your husband seeing you carrying some other man's child or healing from a toxic relationship. Minimize the damage. I promise you, ladies, you don't have to do anything but be the amazing woman who you are. It is our job as men to find you. So let me know what y'all think. Lori Harvey, she changes boyfriends every season. Her dating life is super active. Does that mean that she's accumulating bodies on bodies on bodies? Does that mean she's a hoe? Ladies, do y'all think that men are being too judgmental? I mean, what's the probability that she's even sleeping with these men? She could not even be sleeping with them, right? Gentlemen, what's your cutoff point? What's the most bodies a woman can have for you to value them and actually take them seriously? Would you want to cuff a woman who has dated as many men as Lori Harvey has dated? All right? Hop in the comments, build with me. Thank you for listening to this video. Listen, like, subscribe, and tune in again to another episode of Cancel Be What.